All right, we're right back into it at 12:02, just after 12 noon, and we have Gregg Milo Forbes with us. Three names.
Three names.
What's and of course we're going to talk about why you're here and the big announcement that we're going to let fly here. But what's the? And I know you've been on the podcast before and we've talked about this. What's the accent? What is this? This is
New York,
New
Long
York.
Island.
Now, when we say long, we have to say Long
Island.
Long Island.
I say Long Island, but a lot of people say Long Island.
Guyland. Yeah.
They make it one word.
Yeah. What is that?
I don't. When I hear Long Island, I say, really?
Yes, I'm sure you
Do you know what I mean?
I'm sure you do. Now, do you still have family and friends and everything back in Long Island?
I have some friends on Long Island.
Okay.
And I have family on Long Island, but I don't see them very much because I'm up here in Vermont and they're down there in New York.
When did you move to Vermont?
Oh, gosh. Jed would know that better than me. I'm going to say it's over 20 years, like 22 years, somewhere around there.
So right around 2000 or so.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Why? Why did you leave Long Island?
Well, actually, I left Long Island and I went to Las Vegas. I lived in Las Vegas. That's where I met my husband.
Yep.
And then I heard that Vermont was this open-minded, place where gay people could go.
Mm-hmm.
So we came here so that I could have my civil union, and we did have our civil union, and then everything became legal for marriage, so then we got married here also.
Do you like Vermont? Do you love Vermont?
I have learned very much to like Vermont. For a long time, it was a little too slow for me, slow pace, because I like Manhattan.
Sure.
I like the city. I mean, if I could live in Manhattan, I would, and not even own a car.
Right.
So coming out here took a little bit of it took a little bit of adjusting.
Yeah.
When you call and you ask for a plumber to come and they say we'll be there tomorrow and they show up 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
That's a Vermont thing, I guess.
Sure.
And it's not a New York thing, so it took me a little bit of getting used to.
What do you miss? What do you miss? Do you miss the food?
I miss New York pizza.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you.
I
about
miss the real, genuine New York bagels. My father used to call them the ersatz bagels. They were real, genuine ersatz bagels. So I miss that, and I miss the fast pace.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm a very fast-paced person. I like to move quick and do things.
And I've known you now for I don't know how many years. It's been
About 15.
Is that long, really?
Yeah.
God bless me. One of the things that I know about you on a personal level, in addition to you being gay, is that when you do something, you tend to go 0 to 60 in a half a second.
That's the New Yorker in me.
You head down, shoulders down, and you barrel through stuff like
Thank you.
a fucking animal.
Hey, watch your language.
But that's how you do things,
Raylene,
though.
What? He's cursing.
I know.
He just opened the door.
Yeah.
That's it. It's open now.
But
I hope everybody listening is hunking down because we're going to go for it.
seriously,
Yes.
your personality is of such where you're unstoppable.
When I get my mind on something.
when you
yes.
get your mind on something,
If I set my mind to something that I'm very passionate about,
right?
or that I believe needs to be done, I'm not an activist. I don't like doing activist stuff. I don't go out and protest. That's not me. But when I get my mind set on something, I will very, very quietly make my point known if I have to.
Yeah. And your husband, Jed, he knows that you simply don't take no for an answer.
He definitely knows that.
That's like, you should be wearing a T-shirt that says, I don't take no for an answer.
I should.
You should have that as a tattoo.
I have so many other tattoos.
But you're that's you though. That's just who you are.
What I do is internally I get nervous, and internally I question myself, but externally I just keep going. And if somebody gets in my way, I will politely push right past them.
Yeah. You have had a remarkable life. Your story in itself alone is fascinating of what you've done and how the dust has settled a little bit for you, especially over the last 20 years, 25, somewhere in that ballpark. Married to a beautiful lady of which you will die loving.
Oh, absolutely. Well, she was my best friend.
Your best friend.
Yes.
And you were married to her for a long time.
Yes.
And have
3 kids.
3 kids.
I have 4 kids altogether. I was married before her also. So I have my oldest son from my previous marriage, and then I have my other 3 kids from my second marriage with Alicia, who we all knew as Lee. We all called her Lee. And she was the driving force, everything that I did. If I was passionate about something, before I got the sentence out, she was already doing it.
Yeah.
Perfect quick example is when I met you.
Yeah.
Lee and I was starting an organization, and she was very passionate about it as well as I was. And I had mentioned, there's this guy up at Froggy, because she listened to Froggy all the time. She's a huge country fan. And I said, this guy up the road, J.D. Green, I said, I'd like to see if maybe we could get our organization, mentioned on Froggy. And she says, I'll be right back. And she got in the car and drove up and introduced herself to you. That's how I met you.
Her nose was a half an inch from my nose. She was literally in my face.
Yeah. Anytime I wanted to do something, before I finished the sentence, she was gone. She'd do it. And the next thing I knew, you were on the phone with me, and then I was getting together with you. And
because
she
I was
facilitated. You were threatened?
I was threatened.
Well, she was Puerto Rican.
There you go.
But she took anything and everything that was in my head and would bring it to light. And everything I'm doing since she passed away 9 years ago, everything I'm doing is with her voice always pushing me. When I get to the point where I'm like, I don't know if I can do it, I hear, excuse me, get up and go do it.
Yeah.
And her famous line was, shit or get off the pot.
Yeah.
If you're going to complain, then just take a shit. Otherwise, get off the pot. Don't waste my time.
And Lee passed away from cancer.
Yes.
Of which you were extremely involved with and at her side.
We went to the cancer treatment center every weekend together.
Glued to her side.
And she passed away in my home.
Yeah.
But I refused to let her pass away in a hospital or anywhere else.
You talk about love, and I have shared your story a little bit with folks that I have come into contact with, and you talk about love. I mean, the two of you just loved each other with a capital L.
It was a love story.
My God. I mean,
everything about us was spot on except for the physical.
Yeah.
Everything else was spot on. And the physical was spot on for a long time.
Yeah.
But it was, and what made her remarkable is when I came out and when I became this openly gay man.
Yeah.
She welcomed Jed.
That does not happen.
No, she welcomed Jed like he was just a member of the family. There was the month or two at the beginning of anger and all that stuff that, she had to feel and go through. But ultimately, she, Jed, and I raised our kids.
The three of you.
The three of us. It was a team. And when I would take her to the cancer treatment center, he was home taking care of the kids and cooking and doing all that stuff. And when she was toward the end, he was helping me take care of her and doing it. I mean, so she and him together, that was my love story. It wasn't a triangle, but that was my love story. Yeah.
I remember when when I met you and came over to the house, and
Is that the time I got you drunk, or because there was a time when I got you drunk and you passed out on my floor.
we have others.
Well, you said the F word, so I figured anything goes today, right?
I'll never forget being in your kitchen and you saying, "This is Lee, my ex-wife, and this is my husband, Jed."
Right.
I've never been more confused and these are our kids. And I just was like, where am I?
But
right now,
was Lee not involved in everything we did?
Everything.
I mean, when you brought Tim Brick over and Wayne Warner over, and they were playing music, she was like in the front.
Yes.
She was running the show. She's like, "Wayne, you can wait a minute because Tim's going to play now."
Yeah, right.
And we were all like, "Lee has spoken."
Yeah. we literally had like some performing some concerts, like a little mini
It was fun.
Home jams.
Yeah.
It was a great
Good times.
And
Good
the food
times.
was incredible too.
Well, that's because I'm a cook. I cook. So.
And that's a whole different podcast. You seriously, you and your Italian roots and everything, that's a whole nother thing. You said to me, I don't know how long ago it was, at least a month ago, "Brother, I got some stuff that is cooking that is not sauce, but it's been in the slow cooker here, and things are about to get real here real fast.
Mm-hmm.
We need to talk." And I know that when you say we need to talk, that we need to get together. Mm-hmm. I've had various life events, and you and I haven't been able to get on the same track for a little while. But finally, we were able to connect long enough where I could get the gist of what you were doing, or what you wanted to do, and what you are already doing with the momentum that you have. And I'm blown away by it. So
another one of my passions.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell everyone watching, listening right now, that this guy that you see on camera right now, when it comes to wanting to do something and being passionately behind it, there's no fooling around. This guy goes to the extreme, and when he does it, he just does it all the way. And you let us know what you're doing, and I think now that you should let everybody know what you're doing. By the way, Cody Morrison from Barre Area Development has just tuned in, so he's watching too. We got to give him a tip of the hat.
Cody, how are you, buddy?
So why don't you?
Well, it's funny because there are some city officials and other people in the small circle that know what I'm doing, and nobody in Barre or Montpelier or anything else knows yet, other than who I've reached out to, because I am putting my hand in a lot of different jars right now.
Yeah.
But what I've decided is I spent the last 20 some odd years living here in Vermont, moved here, as you said, on purpose, because this is a very open-minded community, a state where we allow for diversities of all different kinds.
Civil unions,
and then the marriage and everything. And when I got here, and I've done my civil union, I've done my marriage. And
How long have you been married?
We've been married going on 12 years.
Okay.
We've been together for 26.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm an openly gay man that has no friends and no network in my community. And it got me annoyed because I'd say to my husband, "Well, is there some place we can go tonight? Is there a hangout place? Is there, is some place to socialize?" And there's nothing really.
Maybe Burlington.
Out there. In Burlington, yes. But I'm just saying, a place where you can go and be safe and
Right.
enjoy your community.
Right.
So I sat down and I said, I'm going to make that place. And so I came up with the Rainbow Bridge Community Center. It is going to be located here in Barre on Main Street. I've secured the location, 81 North Main Street. And it is a center that is not going to be, oh, well, let's just go down there and hang out there because we're gay. It's not that. It's a center where we're celebrating our colors. And we're inviting the community that celebrates our colors. So you don't have to be alternative.
Yeah.
You can be just anybody that celebrates our colors and realizes it's more than just black and white out there. And this center is going to have so many things going on. I'm in there. We don't open till June 4th.
Okay.
And I am in there every day from like 8 in the morning till 6, 7 at night on the computer. Painting is going on, spackling is going on, donations are going on. There's so much going on because it's not just a building. It's going to be a center. We're going to talk about different programs that we have that are going to be happening. And it's the place you go when you want to be safe, when you're leaving school. When I was in high school and junior high school, I had no place to go to be who I wanted to be. I grew up Italian. I grew up being told that I had to get married to have children because that's the Italian way.
Straight.
Yeah. So I had to suppress everything that was about me, and I would love to have left school and gone someplace to do homework and hang out with friends, or take a lunch break and go someplace and hang out where I felt safe and comfortable being gay if I wanted to be gay. And so that's what I've created, is the Rainbow Bridge Community Center.
What about folks who are straighter than an arrow, like me?
Are you one of my dearest friends?
Yes.
My attitude is, if you support our colors, if you support all the colors, because it's not just the rainbow, let's be honest. There's so many people that are black and white about it. You're gay, you're wrong. You're this, you're right. You know, you're black, you're wrong. You're straight, there is no right and wrong. There's so many colors. And so my attitude is, if you're straight, if you're bi, if you're trans, if you're gay, if you're lesbian, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you embrace the fact that life is life, and it's none of your business what I do in the bedroom, and
Sure.
it's none of my business what you do in the bedroom,
Exactly.
then you're welcome. You're
Wow.
welcome to come down there.
And Ray Lee knows this, and Sherilyn certainly knows this. I've had more laughs with you and Jed than I can think of that I've had with.
We do laugh a lot.
I mean, I have laughed so hard with you guys where I've had tears running down my face, and my stomach the muscles were pulled on my stomach, and the next day I was in pain. I mean, we've just had some great times.
Yes.
And you know me on a personal level in so many ways. You know that I'm heterosexual and straight, and but I just love the fact that you guys are at peace with who you are, and
that didn't come easy.
No.
And see, that's part of the problem, is it doesn't come easy all the time. And there are so many people out there that don't know how to be who they are. They're not comfortable in their skin.
Sure.
They're not comfortable in their sexuality.
Yeah.
And the Rainbow Bridge is designed not only a place to socialize and meet new friends, but an education. We're going to be doing education there. We're going to do awareness there. We're going to learn how to speak the right way, because people don't even know how to speak the right way anymore.
Right.
You know, there are so many pronouns out there now.
Oh, my God.
You know, people don't know how to address somebody. They're afraid to ask.
You've heard people come to you. You've heard me come to you and say, I am so sick and tired of these goddamn pronouns and he, his, who, they, when, we, they. It's so confusing. Why is it necessary?
It's necessary because, you know, I was trying to explain it to somebody the other day, and it's when somebody decides they're non-binary or whatever identity they want to take on.
Yeah.
That's why it's now the LGBTQ plus.
Oh my God!
Because there's so many identities, and what it's basically saying is, we're tired of being categorized. And not just us, everybody is tired of being categorized. Am I a male, so should I hold the door for her? Am I a female? Should I let them hold the door for me? And we're just tired of that. And we're at the point, I think society's at the point now where we just want to be recognized for who we feel we are.
There are people that say, well, if you don't want to categorize yourself, then don't label yourself as the LBGTQABC plus minus. I mean, come on.
Well, and it'd be nice in an ideal world that we don't categorize ourselves into all different forms. But unfortunately, because there's so much racism and there's so much bigotry and there's so many people think so black and white that we kind of have to say we're here, we're queer, and we're proud of it. Just like the black people are coming up and they're saying enough of the garbage. Well, we're saying the same thing. We just want to be, I want to walk down the street holding the hand with my husband and not people say something.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying something when they're holding their hands with their spouse.
We're going to talk more about this community center and what you have that's involved with this, which is really, really
intense,
impressive. I mean, we're going to highlight that, and I'm going to have you read your mission statement here in just a minute. But will this be well received in Barre? What is your hope? What are your fears?
Well, my hope is that Barre has come a long way from when I first moved into Barre, and I think that they're ready. I think that there is a ton of people that need to feel more welcomed in a community setting, and I think this will help that. What are my fears? That there's going to be those people who see black and white, and they're like, great, you're gay, that's wonderful, I don't care, but why do you have to shove it in the middle of town? And I'm not shoving it in the middle of town. I'm just putting another resource for anybody to be able to get to, just like they can go to Planned Parenthood or they can go to the Barre Health Center or whatever. This is just another resource that helps bring the community together, helps tie our community to all the other communities, because we really are just one community.
Is this happening in Montpelier? Is there a community center?
There are not a community center, but there are facilities and organizations in Montpelier. They're all different places.
Okay.
But I don't think there's one that
is doing this.
Is doing to the extent that I'm doing it.
What about outside of Montpelier?
I don't know. There's facilities in LGBTQ facilities in Burlington, in Rutland. They're all over, but they do it in different capacities. Some are office buildings that help awareness and help direct. Some are focused on the HIV community and the HIV awareness. Some have clubs and organizations that get together to teach younger children, 17 and under, youth groups, things like that. So there are different places that offer all different kinds of resources. And my goal is to kind of make Central Vermont a place where all of them can kind of tie in, because I'm working with all of them.
Yeah.
I just finished talking, I Zoom meeting with somebody in Burlington that's running the Pride, the LGBTQ Pride program out there. And I have another one coming this week, and then I have one at the end of the week that's coming from an organization. So I'm trying to pull from all different locations in Vermont and make their facilities, make people aware of their facilities also and what they can offer, because there may be somebody down in Brattleboro that can't get up to me, but there are facilities in Brattleboro that celebrate and help educate. So
I think it would be smart also, and of course I'd love to get involved and help with this with community outreach to folks who are not gay, and say, look, just come on in and check it out. It doesn't matter what you don't label. You don't have to label yourself.
It's going to be
matter
so much going on there that it's not it's a community for the LGBTQ plus community and those who celebrate the colors.
But just because you walk through the door doesn't mean you
mean
should
you're
be
gay.
labeled as anything.
No.
Anything.
Well, it's just like when you go to a clinic. Doesn't mean that you have a disease or something. You're going. Sometimes people go to Planned Parenthood for education.
Sure.
And then everyone's Planned Parenthood, abortion, but
Right.
But they do other things.
Well, we label human
Everything
nature.
is labeled.
Human
right.
nature. We
and
label
my
things.
community center will be
Unlabeled.
It's an open door.
Okay.
It's a community center.
So I love how you have here. Can I read some of this?
You may.
Pro bono therapeutic counseling one-on-one. Meet at the center, not in a car. Coffee, tea, snacks, space. Group discussion programs. You have, what was the other one? Families Unite. We have guest speakers, open dialogues. I'm guessing that you may have some entertainment, maybe some music, or an open mic night or something, or maybe a comedian or two or three.
Yep.
I'm connecting you guys with Butterball here.
I know,
and I'm telling you right now, look the hell out.
I know she's quite the force.
Look out.
She is a force to be reckoned with.
I mean,
Well, it's funny, like the meet at the center, not in a car. All right. There's such a stigma out there, and some of it is not 100% true, but not 100% false either. People get together, especially in the gay community, and they meet online, and then they're like, all right, meet me here, or let's do this. And it's okay for a teenager in high school to meet other people because they're learning, they're exploring their sexuality, they're seeing what feels good, what feels right. But it's okay to bring that meeting to my center. Grab a cup of coffee and tell the person, I'm grabbing the coffee, let's meet at the community center. Because
but also a place where two folks who I'm thinking of high schoolers now, two folks that are gay.
Yeah,
they have a whole group of friends that are heterosexual that are not gay.
Right.
But we all want to go somewhere and hang out or watch a show or whatever. We can all be together.
Well, I'm also in the community center is a computer room. Yeah. And in there is going to be laptops that people can come and do their homework there. They can do research there. They can get job training and resume training there.
Yeah, wow.
Because, the young people, I don't have a resume. Well, come down. I have people that's all they do is make resumes, and they can teach and guide on that. And then also they can use the computers to do their homework and print it up. There's a printer there, and there's no cost to them. It's not like they have to pay to do any of this stuff. Okay, the pro bono counseling is where somebody's not sure how to come out, or they're not comfortable talking to their parents about something, and we're going to have counselors there once every couple of weeks that they can set up an appointment and do a one-on-one.
Counseling's expensive.
And then if that counselor feels that they need more, they can come back and do up to 3. After the 3, if the counselor feels with the person that, hey, we need to continue to meet, then the Rainbow Community Center will help pay for those people to continue ongoing therapy.
I was going to ask you, who's footing the bill here?
We are. And then doctors, nurse practitioners, we're going to have them there that can do not only group but individual training and talking and educating on STDs, HIV awareness. Where can you get your HIV tests? How quickly can you get them back? What to do to prevent certain circumstances and situations. So we're going to have doctors and medical professionals that will be able to offer pro bono counseling on that as well. Then on top of that, we're looking for the Show Me Your Talent night, where I think I'm setting it up the 3rd Friday of each month, is where you think you're funny, bring it down here and let's test it out on everybody. Tell your jokes. Okay, let's see how funny you are. You think you can sing? Sing. Can you play an instrument? Entertain us. It's open night where Couple of bucks. It
anything
could be
goes.
$2 to $5 at the door. You pay just because I'm going to have refreshments there, juice and food and bagels and all that. We're footing the bill for that, but it's nice when we get a little bit back so that we can keep doing what we're doing.
Sure.
And so that'll be just an open forum night where everybody can have a good time. We're going to have group sessions. There's a counseling room at the center that's set up for groups. And at that group session, there are a lot of late bloomers, maybe we'd like to call them.
You've been one.
I was one,
You
yes.
know.
Where you're married and you have kids and you are just dying inside because you're not who you really need to be. So what do? Come to a group for the late bloomers. Come and sit down and hear what other people went through and tell us what you're going through so maybe we can help, and vice versa.
And you know what? If you don't want to speak,
don't. The bottom line is it's a safe space. Every group is a safe space. There's going to be always a moderator, somebody there that's going to make sure that we stay on task. And the bottom line is you don't get to give an opinion unless you're asked to give it. So if somebody says, I'm feeling blah, 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 you can't turn around and say, well, you're not allowed, because you don't get to give an opinion unless that opinion is solicited, unless somebody's saying, how do you do this?
No.
You need to be able to come to a group, have a safe session with the group, and not feel like you've been judged.
A place to come down to grow, to socialize, to unwind. Share your mission statement with us.
I'm going to read it because every time I give my mission statement, I keep adding, and everyone keeps telling me you keep adding. Just stick to the script. So the script is very simple. The mission statement is to work with the LGBTQ community, creating awareness, education, community involvement, and assistance, welcoming those who embrace and help shine all the colors of the rainbow. That's our mission. And when I say working with, I'm talking about straight, bi, gay, working with the community, educating the community. One of the programs I want to have is the Bring Your Family sessions and community gatherings where bring your brother, your sister, a spouse, your kids. Bring them down and let them learn your world. Because I had to teach my children my world. And that wasn't easy. But I had Lee, who helped me, and Jed, who helped me. And we were able to teach our kids to the point that now when somebody says, your dad's gay, they're like, yeah, why? You got a problem with it? So you need to not only educate yourself and get comfortable in yourself, but you need to be able to educate your family and your friends and people around you that need to understand you too.
These are heavy times. I've said this before on the podcast before, that with COVID and the taxes and the politics and the masking and vaccination, everything.
Right.
Everybody is ticked off and has an opinion about something.
Yes.
I mean, everybody is ultra sensitive right now about something.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
At least one thing.
Yes.
We as a community, as a state, as a nation, as a society, I guess I should say, we need to try to find the humor in things and rediscover fun.
Right.
We need to essentially lighten the hell up.
We need to laugh again.
We need to laugh again about something. I do that with you and Jed so well. It's so naturally.
Right.
I mean, you guys make fun of me. I make fun of you. We're all having a good time. We never cross the line, but we just have so much fun. I think that there is an element of extreme humor, which if you had a stand-up comedy night, I think I could get up there and just spew this, of trying to basically respond and react to our little 7-year-old girl, Lily, who has is seeing for the first time in her life two women that are holding hands,
Right.
two men who kiss each other.
Yep.
You can't avoid it.
No.
You can't avoid it on TV. You can't avoid it in movies. You can't avoid it on the sidewalk, no matter what sidewalk you're walking around in the country.
Right.
You at some point you're going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that I respond and react to that little girl is critical.
It sets the tone for that person who's growing up.
My body language reaction, what comes out of my mouth.
Yep.
We are guilty of not being totally prepared for that.
Right.
And we have found some great humor in that.
Right. Right.
With an underlying undertone of a really serious message.
Right.
Which is
acceptance.
Which is basically love is love.
Exactly.
No matter what color, no matter if you're two men, two women, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Two moms, two dads, whatever.
And what's funny is everybody, we say it, and it sounds so good when we say it.
Right.
We're good at that.
Sure.
I support you. You know what? You've got my support. Hey, whatever you want to do, I'm okay with it. It's so good when everybody just says it. But are they meaning it?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's a
walk.
totally different. Here's the bottom line. The kids in school right now, the ones who are learning about their sexuality and trying to accept their sexuality, you got two kinds out there. One who says, screw you. This is who I am. Get over it. Go ahead and pick on me. Go ahead and make fun of me. I don't care. And then you've got the majority of the kids that are petrified to even tell their parents, let alone come out in school where they're going to be bullied and mistreated.
And maybe even afraid, let's be honest, to walk through the doors of the community center.
Oh, absolutely.
Association.
Absolutely. And I want to make the community center a place where they can come in and do that. The really cool thing about my community center is I also have a back door. I hate saying this because it puts it back in the closet.
Yeah.
But there are some groups that we will have for the late bloomers, for the people who are married or whatever, that want to go to a group and are petrified to walk through the front door.
Well, I'll tell everybody right now that's watching and listening, you will be seeing me go through that door quite a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
It's just one of the things when you go on my website, there's an about me or there's my story. And the one thing that I put in there that's so important was how liberating it was when the words finally came out loud and said, I'm gay. That was the most petrifying, liberating thing I had ever said out loud.
And yet you probably had plenty of friends who were like, yeah, I knew that a long time ago. So what the hell is the big secret
Not really.
about? No, maybe not.
I was really, really good at being the Italian from New York. I was really good at that.
Connected to the mob. Well, you have to be.
I was very good at masking it. I mean, it's just when I finally came out, I lost people that I loved. And I'll say it proudly, and I'll tell the story to anybody who comes and sees me. I lost one of my kids to it because my kid does not speak to me because of the fact that I destroyed our family. I ruined what we had. Everything was so perfect until I opened my mouth. Well, I
think your love with Lee went from second or third gear to 10th gear.
Yeah.
As a result.
But unfortunately, when you come out, okay, you lose sometimes. You lose. And that's something that when you have to live with yourself every day, you need to accept that may happen.
Yeah.
unfortunately, there's not enough talk and not enough acceptance. Everybody says, I support you. And one of the things I was telling somebody in the community the other day, they came and we sat down and they talked about their family and how one of their children was non-binary, coming out as a non-binary and exploring that possibility. And I tried to explain to the person, it's one thing to look at your child and say, I support you, because everybody supports. Yeah, that's a great word. But as teenagers are coming out or coming to their own, whether it be straight, gay, or whatever, they're evolving as they grow. They're evolving. Their personality is evolving. Their sexuality is evolving. Their internalism is evolving.
By the day.
By the day. And so I told this parent, don't tell your child, I support you. Tell your child, I'm evolving with you. Because you have to learn as a parent whether they're a he, she, or a they, them. And if they choose to be a they, them, you now have to change your vocabulary. And not only that, you have to now educate your siblings that their nephew or their niece is this way. You have to introduce it to your family so that your family can then accept the way your child is. So there's an entire evolution going on just because your child is coming out. So I tell the parents, and I told this parent, when you sit down with your child, it's okay to say, I support you, but tell them, I'm going to screw up because I'm evolving too.
Yeah, right.
I'm learning to change. And one of the programs that we have is how to speak correctly. Okay? You need to learn how to speak.
Folks that are not familiar with all the pronouns and everything are afraid that they're going to tick somebody off, offend
and that's
somebody.
The thing is, the best thing you can do is ask them, how do you prefer to be addressed? It's not insulting to ask. It's not insulting to make the mistake and say he. Oops, I mean they. It's not insulting to make those mistakes. It's more insulting that you judge us than to just ask straight up. And if you go on my website or on any other website that deals with this, even I notice businesses in town that have their board of directors or they have their staff members are now underneath the person's name addressing their pronouns.
Email signatures.
Yeah, and they're addressing their pronouns now, not because they're trying to throw it in your face. They're doing it because they want it, make it easier for you to know how to speak to them. You know, on my board, every single board member on my board, underneath their name and their title is their pronoun.
And this was all spurred from the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, plus there's a plus in there now.
And at some point, we need to talk about the plus.
There's actually, I have pamphlets that have all the different breakdowns of the lesbian, the gay, the bi, the non-binary.
You need to get a comedian in there who is just going to break this all down and have fun with this.
Have fun with it.
We just need to
we're just people.
Lighten it up.
We're just people.
My God.
Okay, I'm not any different than anyone else, and it's so funny because I sit there and I watch the news and I'm looking at these people that are making comments about black people and how black people this and black people, and I'm like, what a shame. And then I realize, wait, I'm one of those people that have to say I'm just a person.
Yeah.
You know, I have to say that too because people look at me and say, oh, you have a husband? You know, oh, okay. Or why do you have long nails? They ask me. And my answer is, why not? That doesn't make me a girl or a woman. I like my nails. I like jewelry. Okay. And why does that girl cut her hair so short? Why not? You know, what business is it of yours how she cuts her hair? You know? So it's a whole new world out there. And it's been there.
Understatement.
Yeah. And you know what the funny, it's been out there all this time. It's not that new. It's just we're all coming forward. Black people are coming forward and saying enough. Gay people are coming forward and saying, just leave me alone.
There's just so much polarization.
Yeah. too much.
There's just way too much.
Yep.
And association.
And on my board, I have straight members, I have trans, I have lesbians,
Yeah.
and it's not because I have to associate with them. It's because everybody's entitled to get involved.
I think it's smart to have straight people involved with this organization. And I'm one of them.
You are one of. You hold a very important position in our community center, and we welcome it because you've been around us. You've been around so many people, and you've never judged any of them.
No.
Because your attitude is, they're people. What's the conversation? What's
That's right.
the problem we're having here?
I judge people on many other things, like the decisions
Stupidity.
that they, yeah, right.
But the other thing I do have to mention is we are a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
And right now, you're probably going to look at me and say, "Are you kidding?" Right now, this entire project has been funded out of my pocket and out of my family's pocket. And I cannot keep a center of this magnitude
afloat
out of my pocket and my family's pocket forever. So we are looking for sponsors.
But you get your lease signed and you're in.
Yes, we got the lease signed. We're in. Our landlord she's amazing. And she's letting me do whatever I need to do.
Throw some love, name drop.
But
give a wave.
Who am I waving to?
I don't know. Somebody's looking in the window.
What I need is sponsors. And obviously I will meet with the sponsors and we can discuss advertising. I'd be more than glad to advertise them as a sponsor on my site. When we go to Gay Pride and we have the banner in front of us with the Rainbow Bridge Community Center, I would sponsor their name. I would send people to them when they need something. So I'm looking for sponsors, and I'm also looking for donors. Right now, that community center is empty. The office, I've got it pretty much set up because I'm in there every day. But I need furniture, and I'm talking eclectic furniture. I don't want the love seat and the couch that match, that look all pretty in somebody's living room. I want those unique pieces. I want those pieces that when somebody walks in, they look at it and they say, let's talk about that. Okay. So I'm looking for anybody. Somebody just came by today and dropped off a microwave for our eating area. So now we have a microwave. Another person stopped by and they dropped off this, it's like a Chase sateen chair, but they created it out of a bathtub and carved it into this very unique shaped piece and then put a cushion in it. And it's got gold feet to it, claw feet, and it's another conversation piece when somebody wants to sit down.
Wow.
So we're looking for anything. Send me a picture of it, of something. Message me and send the picture and say, I have this. Do you want it? And if I say yes, great. So donations are huge. I have 3.5 months to make that center look the way I want it to look.
When's the ribbon cutting? When's the opening?
June 4th.
Okay.
And I'm inviting the mayor. I'm inviting the city council. The media will be here. I'm inviting the local news here. I'm inviting the governor here. One of the people on my board, Christine Hellquist, who most people may remember. She is a trans that ran for governor. And she's on my board, and I'm kind of nudging her slowly to talk the governor into coming down for the ribbon cutting. But when we open, it's going to be huge. It's not only going to be let's cut the ribbon, now we're open. It's going to be a meet and greet day.
Good.
So once we cut the ribbon, the doors are open. Come in. It's going to be a open house for the day. There'll be food. There'll be juice and soda. There'll be lists up on the board of the different activities and programs that we're going to be having on what days they're going to be running. We're also going to be doing a thing called Break the Day, and that's going to be between 11 o'clock and 2:30 Monday through Friday. And what that is grab your lunch and come on down and sit on the couch, put your lunch on the coffee table, and hang out with whoever you're coming down with.
Okay.
Leave work for a half an hour instead of sitting at the cafe. Come
Right.
down there.
Or if you don't want to hang out with someone, if you want to just do some reading or
Yep.
do some work on your laptop or
Bring
your
your
phone,
books and sit.
whatever.
Yep. And or you want to go on the computer that we have there. We're also going to have one wall that's going to be the local artist wall.
we got to talk about that.
And that means this entire wall is going to be dedicated to any local artist who wants to display their work. And the only criteria I have is that these local artists celebrate the colors of our rainbow. They can't be homophobic and come in and hang their art and then have something to say about it. You need to embrace my community as I embrace yours so that we're one community.
Your mission statement.
Yeah. So it's basically there's going to be an entire wall, and it's not a small wall. It's a big chunk of the building, and they can hang their paintings or their pictures, whatever. If they do sculpture, I will be more than glad to put up their sculpture, display their sculpture. If they want to sell it, I have no problem with that either. If you're selling something for $1,500, $2,000,
Right.
I'm going to put your business card saying contact this person. But if you're selling something that's $50, $75, $100, whatever, I have no problem with you putting a price tag on it for people to buy while they're there.
Okay.
So it's going to be strictly for local artists. Bring your stuff down, hang it up, no judgment. Tell your friends your stuff is there so they can come down and see it. It's just going to be a really fun place to be.
We have said this many times that if there's something that's going on in our community that helps others, we're all about it.
Right. That's really all it's about. I mean, and coming off of and we're not done yet, but coming off of the 2 years of COVID and being locked in the house and going through what we've all gone through.
Sure.
And having to carefully be frustrated that our kids were home. And I say carefully because kids see it. And if they hear you say, oh, the kids are home, they feel negated.
Yep.
But having to go through all those feelings as adults, and our kids go through all those feelings as kids, and now we're coming back out, and we're starting to take off our masks. We're starting to embrace being in a community again. This is an ideal time to set up a place for my community to interact with all the communities and make it more normal, because it is normal. That's our goal.
This is a community center with a twist. I mean, this is different.
Yeah, because not only are you there to socialize and meet new people, because I don't know,
and enjoy some entertainment.
I don't know 90% of the LGBTQ community right here in town. I don't even know them. I am so excited to meet them and embrace them to come to the center and hang out. But not only is it a social thing, but it's an educational, because you can get counseling there, you can get education. There's going to be classes, movies, whatever.
Yeah.
And on my website, it clearly says, this is your community center. So if you have ideas, please tell me.
Even pre-COVID, you're somewhat of a recluse. You just are. You're just a private guy who spends a lot of time at home. I mean, you mentioned earlier that you don't have many, or you don't have any. I can't remember the word you used. Friends here right in your backyard, and that's.
I can count my friends on one hand.
But that sucks, though, dude.
It does, and I can count my gay friends on one finger.
That's not right.
I mean, to say as a gay man that my gay community friends is one person.
What?
And so, I explained to my brother that I'm doing this twofold reason. One, selfishly, I want to meet people. I want a community again. I want to have. You know what? It's Halloween. Let's do a Halloween party with the gay community.
But also for Jed, too.
Well, yes. But I'm doing it selfishly because I want I want to build my community. When we were in Vegas, Jed and I had a community. We went to the gay bars, not to get laid. We went to have a good time. We had gay friends that came over for Halloween, and we'd have Halloween parties where we all dressed up. And not for nothing, gay people have some fabulous Halloween parties.
My God.
Okay?
Can I be there?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, and then when we moved here, I don't have that anymore. So I'm selfishly looking for that community again.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the other fold is, if I don't have it, who else doesn't have it?
Yeah.
Why don't we all just have it?
Yeah.
I drive through Barre in all the neighborhoods, and I see all these gay flags in the windows, and I don't know who any of them are. And I'm like, do they know who any of them are? Why don't we just all get together and just have a community? And then let's welcome all those people that welcome us. We want to, people like you who welcome us as just people. We want to welcome you into our community as much as you're welcoming us into yours.
Sure.
Make it normal.
Sure. Yeah. Normalize it. Yeah.
That's the goal.
My God, I have so much fun with you guys. I mean, it's just.
And we're going to have a lot more. We're going to have a lot more. Eventually, I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Eventually, you might even bring your ass down to the center to at least see the space. I'm just saying. Yep, I went there. I did.
You need.
I did.
You need volunteers.
I need volunteers desperately. I not only
coordinators.
For volunteers. Not only do I need, and this is something, if anybody really is thinking about this, I need volunteers to help paint. I need volunteers to this and that. I need a right-hand person. Okay, that's huge. When Lee was alive, she was my right hand. And when I felt like I can't do it anymore, she would kick me off the chair in disgust. I'm looking for that right-hand person. Right now, it's volunteer because I need money to pay.
Sure.
But that right-hand person will become a paid staff. I will have staff. But right now, I need somebody who's got the chutzpah to say, I'm there, and when you say something, G, I'm going to handle it. I'm going to handle it before you because we need to get this going. I need somebody with that kind of passion.
I haven't heard chutzpah in a long time. I want to ask, we're going to ask for your cell phone here.
Yep.
We're going to, again, we said 81 North Main Street.
81 North Main
Street. The old
Project Independence
building.
You know, it was funny. I was out to dinner last night with Jed for Valentine's Day, and the lady behind me was talking to her husband, and she was like, I know, yeah, over by where the old Project Independence was. And I said to Jed, I should turn around and say, no, where I am now. But yes, 81 North Main Street. We're right next to the Brazilian restaurant, the new one.
Yeah.
Victor, the owner of the Brazilian restaurant, is wonderful, and he's very excited about our community coming there.
Great.
And eating next door by him. So you can grab lunch there and come sit over at our place. So it's gonna be fun.
It's called the Rainbow Bridge Community Center. Is there a Facebook page?
Not yet. I'm working on that. But
is there a website?
There is a website. It's called rainbowbridgevt.org. The website is in the middle of being worked on, but I have half of it done. People can go on, read about me, my story. They can read about the people on the board, the directors. They can read a little bit about the mission of what we're doing. And then there'll be a lot more stuff. There's going to be resources on the site that you can go if you are looking for counseling for HIV, if you're homeless. A lot of resources are going to be on that site. So yeah, that's and then to reach me, you can either email me at info@rainbowbridgevt.org.
Info at
rainbowbridgevt.org. You send me an email. You can call me at 802-622-0692. And if I don't answer and you get the answering machine, you can also try the business cell, which is 802-503-9890. And if you don't get anyone and you get the voicemail on that, trust me, I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's answering all the calls. I will be the one that will respond to you directly.
For business sponsors, for volunteering, for donating, for
yes.
just general inquiries, whatever.
Yes.
June 4th, it's a Saturday.
Yes.
What time are we cutting the ribbon?
I haven't picked it yet. I'm thinking probably 11 a.m.
Okay.
But that's something that I have to organize with the my communications and PR director.
Okay.
Because that person's going to help me get the press releases out to everybody.
Yeah.
So we will pick a day and a time.
Okay.
But yeah,
what was the title of that again? It's a lot. It's about. Let me get my pen.
It's the director of communications.
Slow down. There's a lot here. Director
of communications and public relations.
Chinese dumbass.
That was Raylene, not me.
I know.
But
wow.
yes, I at this point I'm looking for people that just want to help, just want to get involved, just want to donate. I mean, you got stuff in your house that you're going to get rid of.
Yeah.
Send me a picture of it.
Yeah.
I have no problem taking a look at it. I have somebody who says, I have a 65-inch TV on a stand. Do you want it? Yes, because I want to have a TV there for people to come and watch a game,
or whatever,
watch a movie, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, I'm taking donations, and I'm also desperately looking for volunteers to come work at the center, get the flyers out, help me put flyers, give me ideas on programs, and be my right hand.
Let's look. We have to. We're both going to get in a hell of a lot of trouble here if we don't throw some love at Jed, because this guy is so. I mean, he's like, he does anything you want to do.
Yep.
And he's putting in crazy hours with his full-time job and helping out over there and doing all the IT techie. He's amazing.
And he's doing the wood doodles too. So he's just a busy little bird. And then every spare moment, he'll come down to the center and he helps. He just finished spackling and sanding a wall for me so that I can get wallpaper up.
Right. And every spare moment, he has to deal with you.
Yeah. And that is a full-time job.
That's the full-time.
That's the full-time job. Yeah. I am not an easy person to deal with.
No.
But I have a heart of gold.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to say that. Most people say, oh, you have a heart of gold. And the person goes, no, I'll wear it. I do. I will help anybody.
Here's what's wrong with all this. What's wrong is that you and I have spoken to each other more on the air than we have off the air.
Yes.
That's wrong.
And it's going to change
soon
because you're coming for dinner.
Yes.
So that just one-on-one, and Jed can be there if he behaves. Sideline. And we're going to
Don't interrupt.
Exactly. It's like, wait, did you get us another drink? Because that's what we need. Don't speak. Just get drinks.
Just rattle the ice cubes.
Yeah. My bourbon's low. His beer's dry.
But we have to, we must, and we will.
Yes.
Sit down soon and unplug from everything and talk more about this.
Yes, absolutely.
And you have our full support over here at the podcast. I mean,
are you evolving with us?
We're going to evolve with you.
Good.
You have evolved with us.
Yes.
For a long time.
Mm-hmm.
For a long time.
Yes.
We're excited.
Start calling my phone. Start getting it going, people, because it's happening. It's going to happen.
622. Obviously, these are 802 area codes. 622-0692 or 503-9890. That's the cell.
Yes.
info@rainbowbridgevt.org.
Yes.
And the website, rainbowbridgevt.org.
Yes.
You got a couple of months to pull this through here.
3.5 months.
Yeah.
Yep. It's either gonna be really amazing, and you know me, I don't settle for less.
Nope.
Or it's gonna be a complete disaster.
It's not gonna be, buddy. It's already far from a disaster.
I know. This is probably the largest, biggest thing I've ever done. This is
it's about damn time.
huge.
Yeah.
And it's going to make a mark not only for Barre City,
Yeah.
but for Central Vermont.
Yeah.
You know, the goal is get this going and down the road open up another location for someplace more central to someplace else that they can have the same thing.
I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm honored to be connected with you guys.
Thank you.
Associated with what you're doing for our community, and your mission statement. Well, I don't know what else to say.
I think we covered it.
Is that everything right there?
But for now. Now can we just bullshit? No, I'm kidding. Can we stay on another hour just bullshitting?
Oh my God!
Oh Lord.
Listen, you're going to be back on soon.
Yes.
And we'll bang this drum again, and we'll make sure everybody knows about it as we get closer to June.
Well, and what's exciting is that you are the first wave. You're the first person that got it out there.
Yeah.
So today is the first official launch date of, hello, people, we're here.
Yeah.
Because before, only a few select people knew. Now it's out there.
Yeah.
Now it's going to go to the media, and now we're going to send out press releases, and now we're going to let everyone know that this center is here, and now we need the support to make sure it happens. Otherwise, it's going to die before it starts.
I love you, pal.
I love you too, buddy.